Hi there. I'm going to do a video on Paul never said that the law was abolished. This is on a website called elijah.com /protorah.html. I came across this and talking to a lady on Instagram. We were discussing Paul. I sent her Jesus Words Only links to give her some of the background, some of the proof, but I don't think she looked at it. She sent me this. I offered to discuss it, and I offered to reply to each first, but she didn't want to, so I knew then her mind was closed. So I dropped it, but I thought I would like to take this on. This is a challenge to my belief, and I like that. I think I should take on all challenges because being a human, you can always be wrong. And the truth is good, regardless of whether it's what you now believe or what you find out to be the truth. So uh, I'm going to tackle this, and I'm going to do it verse by verse. As you'll see here, there's quite a long page here. I can't promise I'll tackle all the verses and refute everything, but I'll at least get a good start here. So for start, I will take on the title itself. Paul never said that the law was abolished. And along with that, you could take this statement here. First off, it's obvious that Paul himself believed in keeping the law. Interesting, isn't it? So how I would tackle this first would be that I would go to Jesus Words Only right here. And as you can see, I've got Paul's view on the law. I got this from the topic index and from Paul's contradictions of Jesus, and it was the second link down. So this is what I'll use in my presentation. So let me jump over to my presentation. The first thing I want to add is that Jesus Words Only, chapter 5 would be really a good refutation of this point. Paul never said the law was abolished, but I'll go ahead and I will cover material that I just pointed out to you. Paul's view on the law. Paul in Romans 10:4 say, "For Christ is the end of the law, for righteousness for everyone who believes." So to me, abolished is about the same as the end. To give you the same result. And then if I go further, in that Jesus Words Only page, it's got a real good paragraph where it gives you a nice string that they cite Paul's condemnations of the law. Yeah, you should read through all of these, and I'm pretty sure you'll be convinced that Paul was not for the law, and he would like it abolished for sure. So just going over what I got highlighted here. Um, Ephesians 2:15, setting aside in the flesh the law with its commands and regulations. Romans 10:4, Christ is the end of the law. 2 Corinthians 3:7, law of death. So those are just highlights of that string. And the next thing that we need to know is we have to have a background of what the book of Acts was why it was written, what it was about, and the place to get that, if you've still got it from your Jesus Words Only Church Meeting PDF, that was from October 3rd. And the very important information there that we need is that Luke's book of Acts was written as a legal defense of Paul as he was awaiting trial before Nero. And this book was by John W. Mock, Paul on Trial, the Book of Acts as a Defense of Christianity. And also as background, Eusebius and Jerome both record that Paul was acquitted by Nero in this trial. Eusebius makes it emphatic that Paul was absolved of all crime. So you need to know this is background for anyone that is citing verses of the book of Acts, trying to make a point or trying to prove something. It's good to know and important to know that this was a legal defense of Paul, where he's actually fighting for his life with the Romans trying him. So then I would start with the first verse from this website, Acts 24:14. But this I confess to you, that according to the way which they call a sect, so I worship the Elohim of my fathers, believe in all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. Well, that's all good stuff and stuff that he should be saying. So that's positive, that's for sure. In the above court statement, Paul under oath says in the courtroom with Felix, a Roman ruler. Then also under oath in Acts 26:20, he declares his gospel, referring to Jesus' gospel, I'm sure. They should repent and turn to God, doing works worthy of repentance. So, some more good stuff. So, if this were the true Paul, he'd be a good follower of Jesus, you would think, if you just went by these oath statements alone and didn't worry about whether it was true or not. It sounds good. So Paul speaking and Luke writing, what we see here are consistent with the gospel of Yeshua. But as Paul's under oath testimony in Acts 24 and 26, what we read in the epistles of Paul? Absolutely not. The opposite, really. So, a couple of them are 2 Corinthians 12:16 and Romans 3:7. If you want to pause the video and grab those, or you just want to go to that page that I pointed out to you, you would have it there. So why did Paul say the opposite of what he really felt and what he wrote in his own epistles? Why did he talk differently for that trial in the book of Acts? Lucky for us, Paul explains this, and this might be the only good thing about Paul. I like this about Paul, that he at least is going to explain to us why he's a liar, why he, what he's trying to accomplish by lying. Jesus' Words Only interprets this as Paul also explains that in evangelism he felt it proper to pretend to believe and follow the Mosaic law as it truly applied to him, but declaring it no longer did, so as to win more to Christ. More win to him than Christ. That was his real intention, I'm sure. The verse itself is here, two verses, 20 and 21. I've got highlighted the main parts, that I might gain Jews. To them that are under the law, not being myself under the law, where he admits that law means nothing to him. He's not under it. He don't have to do it. That I might gain them. So he wants to have them as converts, and he don't care how he does it. To them that are without the law, the opposite group, that I might gain them that are without the law. So he wants to gain them as converts. So he's pretty much going to tell you anything that he needs to do, like the proverbial auto salesman is just going to tell you what you want to believe, so you'll be in line to buy his car. Um, so I think that's clear to me, the meaning of that. I think that refutes what is being said on this website. Paul never says the law was abolished. Paul himself believes in keeping the law. All these refute what they're saying. So I don't know how they come up with that. I don't know. They must have had too much medication of some type, or they just didn't go very deep, or they had their mind made up ahead of time. They were blinded. I don't know. Well, I was like that for 50 years. So, maybe I should ask myself how could I be that ignorant with the proof right out there in front of me? At least I wonder. I don't know if the rest of you do. Let me add another commentary. So I find this commentary in Bible Hub. I believe it's the first one, or one of the first ones. John Benson, Joseph Benson, 1748 to 1821, was a prominent Methodist preacher in England. Now, if you go to the Bible Hub and you go to 920 and under Benson, you will get his right up here of his interpretation of these verses. I've highlighted the main points, and let's see what you think. The apostle directed the Corinthians to comply with the prejudice of their weak brethren. Weak brethren being Torah observers. Paul thought those were weak people, that if they followed the law, they were weak. In the fear of meat sacrificed to idols, and declared his own resolution that if his eating meat occasioned others to sin, he would not eat while he lived. So I think what he's saying right here, the way I interpret this and the way I interpret the actual verse, is that Paul is actually saying that with the actual Torah observers, he's going to obey Yahweh and not eat meat sacrificed to idols. He's going to get on the good side and do what they're comfortable with. And even if they didn't want to eat flesh at all, he wouldn't either, because he just wants a trick on. He just wants to sell the car. He doesn't care about anything else. So he would do whatever it takes with who he's talking to. So here, if he's talking to them that comply with the law, then he's not going to eat meat sacrificed idols. This compliance with the prejudices of the weak he showed only to gain their goodwill, just what I said, and thereby remove the prejudices against him. That's just what I said. Observing it myself while I am among them, as however he did not believe the observance of it to be necessary under the gospel. So if he knew Jesus' gospel, then he had to know that it was necessary. I think he's just making up his own rules here and creating his own gospel, the fake gospel of Paul. To them that are without law, that I might gain them that are without the law. So without the law, he'll go ahead and eat the meat. Sacrifice to idols might make my ministry more agreeable and useful to such as were Gentiles by birth and education. Um, so that I think makes my point, and let me go over the last three proofs that they give. They give Acts 25:8, while he answered for himself, neither against the law of the Jews, nor against the temple, nor against Caesar have I offended in anything at all. So again, he's under oath. He's lying under oath because we just showed innumerable times that he it's against the law. You don't believe it applies to him. And he'll lie any which way to get someone to follow him. So why should we believe this? And why in any court should you just believe someone just because they say it? Acts 18:21, but took leave of them, saying, I must by all means keep this coming feast in Jerusalem, but I will return again to you, Yahweh willing. And he sailed from Ephesus. So again, that's just him saying what he's going to do. Maybe he did keep one feast, but does that mean that he kept them all? I don't think so. Does this all prove right here? Paul never said the law was abolished. How does that prove that? Him just saying that stuff. Does it prove himself believed in keeping the law? No. Proves the opposite. So, and the last one here, Romans 7:25, I think Yahweh through Yeshua, the Messiah, our Master. So then with the mind, I myself serve the law of Yahweh. So with his thoughts, he will serve Yahweh. Well, how good is that? Uh, but with the flesh, the law of sin. So that tells me that what he's actually going to do with his body is sin. And the law of sin to me is you do all sin. The law of sin is you sin and there's nothing to stop you from sinning. So I wonder if I was pro Paul, this would be the last verse I would want to ever use in support of Paul. But again, even if it were positive for Paul, him just saying it, what does that accomplish? What did it accomplish to you when you heard OJ say that he did not murder Nicole? What value is that to you, that him just lying to you under oath? Well, what good was that? So none of this proves anything, but I think me showing him in his own words why he lies and telling you he lies, and showing you the other places where he says the opposite, I think that should be enough. So God bless you.